Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, and welcome to what may be one of the last episodes of All the Mods 3 here on the FTOG server. I think I'm very close to making the ATM Star, the top object in the pack. So, let's see if I've got all the stuff. Let's get started. But first, I need to apologize to this poor cow. Yes, you're safe now, Mrs. Cow. I had you hooked up to milk production. Have had buckets running back and forth in here, filling this quantum tank up and milking you. And this quantum tank was attached via refined storage to my system. And I think I've got 1.5 million... 1.5 million buckets of milk. So that's 1.5 billion millibuckets from that one cow. I'm really sorry for leaving that running. I know it was utterly awful of me, but I'm sorry. I apologize. You're okay now. I'll let you free later. Alright, so yes. If you saw the last episode, it was nothing but a montage of Chaos Dragon fights. Lots of Chaos Dragon fights using maximized Draconic armor. Here I've got Draconic upgrades for RF shield, capacity, and shield recovery for all three varieties. And I had the Draconic bow, which if I bring up the information for it. It too is maxed out. Capacity, damage, speed, and arrow speed and draw speed. And now if I go into the settings for it, I have the shockwave power set to max. Draconic fire, arrow of Draconic fire turned on. Base damage was 0. Velocity modifier was maxed. Auto fire was on. Explosion power was 0. And I had magnification at 0. And I could still use this. And it does a big explosion worth of damage. And that was all I was doing against the Chaos Guardian. I was just flying around in a circle like this. Strafing right while I move the mouse to face center. Shooting at it. That way, all of the homing projectiles that fired at me were sort of chasing me around the circle. When I was done with the dragon, I would switch to the shurikens here, because they would destroy the homing objects. They're whispering to me. They'd destroy the homing projectiles better than the bow would. So I killed 22 of the dragons. I had to kill number 9 twice. Well, on dragon number 9 got away, so I had to go to get a new dragon number 9. I still got 22 dragons altogether, but 9 is somewhere else. I used the shards to upgrade 10 of my injectors to the chaos tier. So I got 6 over here and 4 over here. And now with those, I can make these things. That's all the dragon killing was just to upgrade these to the chaotic tier, so I can make the reactor energy injectors, which do require chaotic tier. I require these stabilizers. Let's make some of the stabilizers. Well, I gotta do it in here. Oh, this isn't a crafting. Alright, I'll do it in my own inventory. So I've got 2 of them. I need 2 more, so that's 8 of these. And I'll go ahead and make another 8, just so I've got more if I want them. Toss those in there. I think that's all I need. Yeah, just draconium. I've got plenty of draconium. Alright, so make me 2 more of those. And now you notice it doesn't have the core. It requires a awakened core. I do have those in here, but my recipes do not provide the middle piece. I have to do that manually. Alright, so let those cook. Is that going to work? Yep, alright. Let those cook. Now, one thing I never did show off was up here. The embers setup I've got. So I've got this chest, which is kept filled with ember shards. As you can see, they are now all run out. I used up all my ember shards. But I think that's all I needed. That's probably because I left this thing over here running. It was putting cobblestone. Yeah, so this crate down here had cobblestone. Cobblestone was going into the automated user, which was putting it into this cinder plinth, which was then burning it up. Is that going to get refilled? Maybe, maybe not. Burning it up into ash. So how much ash do I have now? Yeah, 55. Oh, it's wither ash. 3,000 of the ember ash. That's far more than I would ever need. I should have turned it off and not wasted all of my shards, but that's okay. I don't really need to do any more of them. I had 5 of these things burning the shards to create power, just because that seemed like a simple way to do it. Each one of them was connected to something different. This one was connected to the mixer centrifuge. I could put gold into this hopper. It would be melted down to liquid and piped into the centrifuge. Put copper over here. Those two would get mixed up into dawnstone liquid, which would then flow into here and get stamped and piped out into my system. So I could make dawnstone either plates, the way it's set up. No, it's ingots right now. Either ingots or plates by swapping it out. And then there were a few things I need for the recipe of the ATM Star. Oh, that should not be on from creative. Not creative, but single player. There we go. Which was it? It was in here. The inflictor gems, which use the alchemy from embers. I'd never done that before, but it's fairly straightforward. Different materials here, and it shows you a range. 32 and 24 for, I think this is copper and lead. Copper and lead. So 32 copper, 24 lead means you put 24 of that ash into the lead and 32 of a half a stack of ash into this one, which is a dawnstone. I don't know, it goes into copper. Maybe it was dawnstone. Whichever. I'd have to look it up on my list over here. You'd run it, and it would be wrong, because I was using the smallest value, and the smallest value is probably not right. So when you're done, it gives you this waste, and the waste shows you what's different, and that's not the right one for what we're talking about. How about this one? Nope. So that one. Lead and dawnstone. Yep. So it's saying I needed 3 more lead and 3 more dawnstone. So instead of 32, I needed 35 dawnstone. And instead of 24 lead, I needed 27. Put the proper amounts of ash into the plinths. And here I've got it written down. The inflictor is 35, 27. The cluster is 35 and 35, and the wildfire is 35 and 31. Now those won't be the same for you. I think they are set per person, per session, or something like that. Maybe uses the world key. But of the 5 items that it took, you put them on here. The center item, which in this case is diamond, you click onto the top of this block, and these other 4 you click onto the sides, the 4 sides, and they go into the 4 slots here. And then I've got the beam cannon, which is probably completely drained. No, it's full. Beam cannon, you flip this lever, and after a few moments the beam cannon will start firing. You can turn the lever off, and this thing will start sucking energy out of whichever one of these you put the ash in, and it'll create the item, which will pop out into the world as a drop right there. And don't stand in front of the beam, it will kill you. That's why I've got that little glass cover there to keep me from walking in there. So that was all I did for embers. I kept it pretty simple. So I've got those made. Let's go see about a little bit of rubber banding on the server. Yep, there we go. 2 more. And I may need some of these. I'm going to take them with me. Alright. So, let's see about crafting. Alright, the star. Oh, yes, I need to make the forged... Let's see, do I have those 4 types of things. Good. I need that. This is tungsten steel. I got just enough. Advanced alloy. And some slag. Rich slag. I got just enough. 4 of each of those. And then it takes the industrium. So how much of this do I don't have the ludicrite yet. So let's make that. I killed some Gaias with my armor souped up for the Chaos Guardian battles. The Gaia spirit was nothing. So I've got that. So I make a ludicrite block. And I'll break it up. And I only need 8. So I should put that in there. Industrium 2, 3, and 4. Alright. These all go over here. Oh, I am missing one thing, and that's the Mox. Or does that go in there? No, oh, that's the output. Yeah, I need the Mox. I'm glad. I'm glad that I didn't get it from the system, because that would have poisoned me. And then I would have had to have paused the video for 5 minutes until the radiation poisoning went away, as I ate golden apples continuously. Which, I've got apples, I've got gold. I can afford it, but it is annoying. Mox. I don't have any more spare Mox. Oh, I hope I do. Mox. This recipe. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the last of my plutonium. Alright. I'm so slow. Alright, that goes in here, and now... Yep, now it's running. That will make the industrium that I need. Alright, switch back to my faster armor. And put the... Actually, let's keep it with me here, because I do need to make some Mox fuel cells. I went ahead and loaded some fuel rods. Bring up the Mox again. Yep, I've got 1 quad fuel cell. I need 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. I don't think it would hurt me to do that, because I'm not putting it in my inventory. I'm just holding it in my hand, but just in case. Good to play it safe. And that was just taking one of those Moxes. Can't I put this in here? And running it through this machine. You put the fuel rods in here, put the Mox in here, and it combines them. As long as you're in the canning mode. Move my overclockers to it to make it go faster. There we go. Alright, so how are we for other things here? So that'll get me the Forged Industrium. Ah, the orbs. Alright, how much of this do I have? Well, I've got some elf glass. Elf. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of that. I need a Corporea index. I probably don't have the spark. I do have the spark. Okay, 1. I got 1. Oh, I'm out of pixie dust? Is that what it is? Pixie dust, which is mana pearls. Alright, let's put 20. Up here is my expanded botania area. Now, these collector crystals, I can move them with a bag of holding, which is sort of handy. And I've got them linked to a pumpkin here. And these 4 plants grow a pumpkin, and then these crystals turn it into a cake. The Kekimura eats the cake and produces mana. And you can see it's got a spark with recessive augment on it. So it gives up its mana to all of these pools here. And this is my storage. Likewise, I still have my endoflames, where I can drop some fuel here. This hopper picks it up, puts it in the dropper. Dropper drops it until something drops onto the plate. As long as it's sitting on the plate, these guys will eat it. If it sits on the plate long enough, the hopper will pick it back up again and drop it fresh, so it never despawns. It'll just keep dropping it. And these guys get to eat it up and then beam it down to that pool, which also has a recessive, and beams it to these pools. Here I made this setup for creating runes. If let's back off here and tell it to make a rune. Rune. What do I need more of? Not too much. Let's make another rune of air. Start. So it's got all the stuff it needs to make the rune of air. As you can see, it starts dropping items onto the table. So what we've got here is up at the very top is a remote connection to my storage. Below it is a crafter with all the patterns in it. And then this one has the rest. Oops. This one has the rest of the patterns in it. And they all send, and on all these patterns were set with blocking. You see in the blue word blocking. That's important. That means if you order 10, it won't dump 10 recipes worth of ingredients at once. It'll only drop 1 recipe's ingredients, and it'll wait until the finished product comes back. Then it'll drop the next one. So it drops 1 recipe's worth in here, gets piped down to the dropper. The dropper drops it onto the plinth. This little mechanical user down here has got a wand in it, and it's constantly trying to click it on this block. So as soon as it is done charging up, it finishes the rune. The rune gets picked up by this hopper, which is told not to pick up living stone. So the living stone will sit there just fine. It puts it in the crate gets imported back into the system, and we're done. I don't think this interface is being used for anything anymore, is it? No, it isn't. Well, it's being used to connect. I guess I can use this cable. There we go. That should work. Alright, and I did make a Elfheim gate. Didn't automate it or anything. But there's no real need. Oh, I heard a cake take a bite. Since we use some mana for the rune. I also have over here, you see it's also eating this cake. We have another remote connection to my storage system, and it is exporting cakes. I'm going to turn that off. Into this chest, which is piping it into a auto placer, which places it here for the Kekimura to also eat. I should have set it up so that that cake was closer. So it would eat that one first, because that one's free, basically. But, yeah, it's easy enough to make cakes. It looks like one rune takes almost most of a cake. Interesting. I made the agglomeration plate, didn't do any automation. This is automated just to fill the petal apothecary if I use it. Drop some seeds in. It's got a bucket it uses on the sink, transfers it over here, uses it on that, transfers it back to get filled, and then it's sitting in here waiting to be used. And that's just done by filtering water bucket versus empty bucket between the two. This is to grow petals. I put some petals in here. I can put 9 different colors if I want. Put some bone meal in here to make them grow quickly, and then this one's got some premium shears which will never run out. It clips it, it gets picked up by the item collector. There's a filter here that only petals and plants can go into this machine. And it's set up for 8 different colors. So I guess I can only do 8 different colors at once. And each of these says you take one of the tall flowers, it turns into 4 petals. The petals are output into the user for more planting. There is no overflow on this system, so you can't let it run forever. This area will start filling up with petals if it can't send them out. But I ran it just for a little bit while I was watching it, just to get enough. Now while I'm up here, I will need to make, as part of the ATM, we need full mana tablets. I did make a bunch. Alright, put this stuff away. So let's toss these out. Oh, there we go. You can hear cake getting munched as I start using mana. Oh, come on. Is that it? The rest of them are full, right? Oh, we only got 2 full ones. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I need a few more. Mana tablet. 1. Oh, I'm out of living rock? Wow. Alright, let's go make more of that. That's over here. I originally was going to have all my botania stuff out here in the greenhouse, but that never came to be. Alright, so that's going to place it down and harvest it up. Whoop. Looks like this one will charge while I'm standing here, but let's go ahead and toss it in the pool. And I guess I should tell this to make more cake. Or, yeah, this thing has got a crafting upgrade, so it'll actually make cake to put in here. Alright. Oh, yeah. Do I have any more living rock yet? Not yet. Alright. When that's ready, it'll come out here. What else do I need? Oh, yes, I was making the spark. So, for the star, I need the Corporea index, so I need the Corporea spark. Corporea spark. I need more regular sparks. There we go, and then this gets used to make this. Alright, made 3 of those. What else? Anima Mundi. Oh, I'm out of psi metal. Well, I should have enough to make 1 of these. Good. Alright. Down. Thump. And in here, I've got some of those nether shards. Alright, so botania stuff. Where? There. Corporea Index. Where's the Anima Mundi? Didn't I make one? Anima. There it is. Alright. There's that. Soul Shard. Should have some more. What else is in the orb? Sacred Light. I made a bunch of those. For those. For wildfires. Opinium cores and the Elf Glass. The Opinium cores were expensive because there's like so many levels to them, but the perfected ones require a lot of these I forgot what they're called. You know what they're called. Anyway, I've been using the materializer to make them. And I've got plenty of extras, so should be alright there. Elytras. There, I knew it would come to me. Alright, is this everything I need? Double check the recipe. Looks like that's everything I need. Let me get out my resonating wand. Now let's go make this thing. I set up all my astral sorcery stuff out at a place that has a good amount of starlight when it is nighttime. It is not nighttime, it is almost so. Let's come over here to the crafting table and let's set it up. Like that. See how well I remember where everything is. And boom. Yep, there it jumped up. Alright, so we just need it to be nighttime, so this starlight will get past this point. And you can see it's already climbing. Made one of these, it didn't seem to make any difference. Made this, I did not automate it this time like I did in my last series by putting fluid droppers over top of each of these to automatically fill it back up again. Made one of these suckers just because I needed an attuned crystal. That's that blue thing up there. I needed it for something else too, I think, but I wanted to see if it would charge this even during the daytime. You know, I don't think anybody else is on. Let's go ahead and just for the speeding of things up of the video. There we go. The orb. Whack it. Oh, that was fast. Oh, that was very fast. Alright. Home we go. We've got an orb. I can make more later. So how we doing here? And over in this, more rich slag and forged industrium. F3A. Don't know if that helped or hindered. Let's see, there. Alright, so that goes there. So now we just need the unified field core. And for that, we're only missing the top piece. I made one of these paradoxically dense components. I do need to make 2 more. I think I've got everything I need. The core, Schwarzschild's sphere, yes. And I want to make 2, so let's do that again. There we go. 64 Ks from both applied energistics and refined storage, a 4x compressed redstone, and an enhanced Gadorian block. So let's go over and start these cooking. So into the center go those 2. Redstone, Galgadorian, 64 applied energistics, and 64 refined storage. Alright, that'll go. Alright, energy core. Alright, we made these. That was the expensive part. I made the fuel rods. I went ahead and did all the crafting for the rainbow generator, which is just basic crafting, and the flux capacitor, which is just basic crafting. You saw how I make the ember items. The inflictor gem was one of them. So I have everything except the capacitor. And I made a whole bunch of the capacitors for the Dragonflight. Though the Dragonflight, I think I didn't have them turned on like they are now. So they don't think they were actually doing anything during the Dragonflight. They should have been providing a bigger reservoir of power on hand. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put those away. So now, I should have a whole bunch of these dimlets. I've got 11 dimlets of level 6, so that's good. 1. Ah, yes. There seems to be a bug when you make this. Is it control? Nothing. It gives you back the sphere. Don't know if it's supposed to do that. At best, it's only supposed to give you 1, I would think. So, I'm going to throw away 3 of them. Is that still running? It is. Yeah, I mean, the sphere is expensive because it requires all that TNT. I mean, the Singularity I've got plenty because I left it running. Compressed obsidian is fine, but actually I've got 45 of the compressed TNT, so making these is not a problem. But if it wants to give them back, I'll take it. But giving me back 2, that's a bug. Alright. Is it done yet? It is. Alright. There we go. 4 of those. And I gotta throw away another one of those. Alright. Put that away. Now, I think we're ready. We only have 1 orb, but we can make 1 star. And I've got to go and get my... Oh, no, wait. I've got another orb? I guess I had 2. Already made 1. So I guess I can get a 2nd star, too, if I come up here and... Whoop, grab my... Are they all charged? I don't think that one is completely charged. I don't know if that one's fully charged or not. that one. I'm assuming it is, even though it's showing a green bar. It's not charging up any further. Alright, so now if I toss these into the system, I should be able to create another star. Oop. Okay, yep, there we go. Yeah, now I'm out of the orbs. But what I want to make with the stars first is the super armor. So I'm going to need 20 of these, I think. So we're going to make the multi-helmet. And it says, does not consume the orb portion of the ATM Star when crafted. So I should get the orb back. I do, and it looks like it does the same bug and creates a spare orb. So now I can put this one here. I don't want a helmet now. I want the leggings, I guess. There we go. Again, I get an extra orb. So now I want to craft another star. Mana tablets. And another star. There we go. Now I can create the multi-chest plate. And the... Oh, that's real, this is fake. One more nether star block. And make the boots. There we go. These two could go back, and I have to destroy these 4 extra orbs. Alright, let's try out this super armor. I'll put this away. And I think the best place to find some baddies is the end. Oh, I'm losing my night vision. I will have to find a new solution for that. There's an end. There was an end. What happened to the end? Might have gotten broken. If so, then I haven't touched it. So I'll have to go the long way to get there. I will be back in a little bit. Actually, I don't need to go to Ground Central at the end. I do have my last dragon location. Dragon 24. There we go. So what I was thinking of is to come up here to the center of the island. I was here before. It's been unchunk loaded for a while. Start looking at Endermen. And meanwhile, the zombies will all be coming towards me. Come on, guys. Come play. All you come play. Okay. I am wearing it. I just can't. You can't see it. Let me. Where was that turned off? Here. So make it visible again. I'm not taking any damage whatsoever. And it looks like my hearts are green, so I must have a whole nother rank of power. Okay, that was fun. This is a rather detailed suit, isn't it? Let's see the back. Nice. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the Draconic does. Speed and night vision, and I wonder if I can go underwater with it on, but it is impervious, so that is pretty cool. As for the other ATM Star items, don't know if I need anything. Like, I've never run out of power. And most of these are power sources. I don't really need creative worm, don't need a creative computer case. I went ahead and made the creative wand because it doesn't use an ATM Star. But it's just a bigger wand. I mean, I could make it because it doesn't use the star, but it's just a bigger wand, so there's no real point in making it. It's not like it's... I thought at first that it might be a wand as if you're in creative, so you don't have to have the items in your inventory. You just put down a wall of bricks, don't have any more bricks, but start clicking on the top of the wall and extending the wall. Or blocks of awakened draconium, say, but no. No, you still have to have the items. It just does a bigger area. The creative ember source, if I needed any more embers going forward, that might be fun. It might be fun to make a super Tinker's Construct item of making a whole bunch of these. And making a super weapon out of that. I might make the creative rod frame for the Psi, but I don't really use Psi for anything. The mana, I mean the cake's easy enough to make. So maybe making the pool might be good, I don't know. This is mill for extra utilities. Don't really need an unlimited of that. Don't need refined storage. I can power it just fine. Don't need the storage things because I've got the other storage thing. Don't need the energy cell, engine generator. Not doing anything with Steve Carts. Another power. The multi-tool that goes with this armor, I don't know. I probably don't really need it. Last I saw somebody try it, it didn't work too well. And then it's just the armor, and that's it. So as far as I can tell, that's it for this pack. I mean, my goal was to make the ATM Star. And why is it not loading this particular chunk of roof? Didn't go to space in this pack, even though I've got all the machines I need. But then it was sort of broken. The moon was green and grassy. I don't know, is there anything else you guys want to see now that I've got pretty much unlimited materials? Whoop, why is this not getting picked up? Oh, it's full. Why is it not getting piped out? Because there's nothing to pipe it out. Wow, there's a lot in here. Come on, put it all in. Alright, do it this way. Holding down shift and mouse dragging across everything. If you double click, or shift double click, sometimes it moves everything in. Oh, I'll need the one in there for filtering. I guess I never set these to dump. Yep, this one's full too. To dump back into my system. Oversight on my part. I must have made some spills. Alright, well that's enough. I won't need any more for a while. Never filled in this hole. Can't have that. And do I have that missing? Alright. So put down the grass. Yeah, that's the wrong piece. I need ism. There we go. And we'll set it to... No. No. What's the key? I don't remember the key for the chisels and bits. It seems to have been cleared. All right. Controls. Category. Oh, okay, this got in the way. Oh no, it's the oops. Let's move this over here. Alright, there we go. That's all I wanted. Connected plane. Pop. There we go. All fixed. And put all this away. Alright, so that seems to be everything. Oh, and I didn't say for the Awakened Draconium, I went ahead and I expanded to a whole plot here. And let's... So you can see I've underneath that particular plot, I've got a huge, deep section of growth accelerators. I wasn't sure if it actually mattered. Come on, get out of here. There we go. But it seems to matter because this particular plot usually has more of a holes than the others, which means it's growing and being harvested faster than it can be replanted. So it's not as efficient as it could be. If it was filling it out quicker, it would be better, but it was generating me enough Awakened Draconium. I got 476 blocks now. I did need a lot. And I guess is it. All right, if there is enough interest in the comments for other things to show, explain, or maybe do, there's not much I think that I want to do left in this pack. But maybe you guys have got an idea that'll interest me. It's possible. Otherwise, I'll start looking for a new pack. I'll take suggestions on that as well. I want something that is going to be popular over the next month or two, because that is where the interest, more people will be interested in that way. So, until next time, this is the Suit of Armored Nonsanity with the ATM Stars signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.